There are several flights per day between Bangkok and the Philippines. One of them is operated by Philippine Airlines on their mighty Boeing 777-300. Of course, that's the one I had to try out today. Join me to get an insight on what it's like to fly Philippine Airlines in long-haul business class. Good morning and welcome to very windy Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport. Today I'm gonna fly Philippine Airlines to Manila. I'm about 4 hours early, so I'm not quite sure if the check-in is open yet. We will find out. Let's go inside. So let's check where I have to check in. My flight is not yet on the board because I'm way too early as usual. I'll walk around a bit, maybe I see the counters and maybe I find out what time the check-in opens. Because for once I'm traveling with a suitcase. Usually I try to avoid traveling with a checked luggage. While I could check in online already, I don't have to drop off anything and I could right now go already through security and to the lounge and wait there instead of the airside check-in hall. But well, this time I'm traveling with a suitcase, so I have to be patient. My flight now just popped up on the departure board, check-in row N. So maybe that means check-in is open. We'll find out. No, it's not open yet, so I have to wait a little bit longer, then we check in and then see you soon again in a bit. Check-in opens only in 50 minutes, so if you're like me and you usually come too early to the airport and can't even check in, here at Suvarnabhumi Airport you can go to this row, Q and P, Quebec and Papa, because there you find the elevator to get to the viewing platform of Bangkok Airport. Oh nice, a Comac C909 of Lao Airlines. And it was at this moment when I decided to spontaneously book a trip on it a few days later. The video of it you will find on my channel. I don't think many people know about this viewing platform or observation desk, but there is one. It's, I would say, not the best. It's quite obstructed with a lot of beams and stuff. Nevertheless, if you have to wait for an hour, it's a better option than standing around downstairs. I came back just in time. The check-in for Philippine Airlines is about to open in 1 or 2 minutes. As with most airlines that offer business class, there's usually a dedicated business class check-in that should provide you with a quick and efficient check-in experience. Unless you are standing right behind a family that is checking in 5 or 6 suitcases, then quick isn't applicable anymore. Luckily, a second business class check-in counter opened and I was on my way to the fast-track security and immigration section of the airport. Through security and immigration, and I'm on my way to the Miracle Lounge. Is it? Yes. And a little pro tip. While the Miracle Lounge has a business and a first class section, with the business class ticket I have access to the business class section of the Miracle Lounge. However, if you have a priority pass, you basically can use the priority pass to upgrade to the first class part of the lounge. All signs say you have to go downstairs 1 floor to go to all the lounges. However, and I only know that because I've been here before, the Miracle Lounge has 2 stories and the upper floor is the first class lounge. And it has a hidden or a secret entrance on the 4th floor. And no sign is showing there, you just have to know that. Let me show you. Walk to the right of the Miracle Transit Hotel and you see this path there. That's the secret path. No sign. Just go there and there's the entrance. Barely anybody knows about this entrance to the first class section, so I hope this information about this lounge was useful. And now for me, it's time for lunch. Minced chicken with basil and rice. It's a bit spicy. And while trying not to cry from the hot and spicy meal, my ride for today just arrived in Bangkok. This Boeing 777-300ER with the beautiful tail logo partially depicting the national flag of the Philippines. Shortly after, it was time to say goodbye to this first class lounge. It's time to go to the gate. Boarding starts in about 10 minutes and I want to see the aircraft before we go on board. My flight today departs from the E-gates, which I find in this pretty impressive terminal. Bangkok is such a nice airport. E10 is my gate for today, all the way at the end of this terminal. This here is not my ride, but I absolutely wouldn't mind flying EVA again, as I had a great experience the last time I flew with them. Maybe check out my video about EVA later today. KLM is also pretty nice to travel with, as long as you don't end up with their older, somewhat outdated business class. That's exactly what happened to me in my video. Here it is, my ride for today. This Philippine Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. I have flown Philippine Airlines a couple of times, but it's the first time I'm gonna fly on a wide-body aircraft with this airline. So of course I'm quite excited. And it's all that excitement that made me forget to capture the start of the boarding process and the priority boarding benefits. Nevertheless, here I am, finally boarding my first ever Philippine Airlines Boeing 777 experience. The welcome aboard was very friendly and I got a first impression of the business class cabin. As you maybe can see, it's arranged in a 1-to-1 configuration, giving you the choice to sit by yourself or with somebody. There was no extra charge for the single seats, even with the lowest business class fare. This here is my seat for today, in the very last row. That way I make sure I'm bothering nobody when holding a camera in my hand. Welcome aboard Philippine Airlines Boeing 777-300. In my seat I found this blanket and this pillow, branded Philippine Airlines. For now I keep the stuff here, which is the ottoman. So I'm not gonna put my legs there. I have more legroom down there. Overall, I have a lot of space here, as to be expected in business class. I have already received a welcome drink and a refreshing hand towel. And the welcome drink I could choose between a water, kind of cocktail if I understood correctly, or orange juice. And that's the orange juice. Cheers to a good flight. The cabin attendant came by and asked me for my choice of food on this flight. So I have this menu here. That's from Manila to Bangkok, and this is my choice for Bangkok to Manila. And I have chicken, pork or beef as the main to choose from, and I went for the beef caldereta. So we'll see how that looks and how that tastes. In front of me I have this IFE screen, which is about hand size, and here is the table. So the table can be released here, just swing around and lower it. And the good thing is you can move it away, so I could even leave the seat onto the aisle if needed. Down here I find some documents and a charging port and USB ports here. And this here, that must be the safety card. Here we go. And it looks like you can stream entertainment on your device. It doesn't say it offers an internet connection, so I guess it's just onboard streaming. Next to me, I have this reading light,
Please wait for the announcement for charging portable electronic devices.
which seems not working.
Charging of power banks using the AC charger.
Ah, no, it is. I just need to look at the right spot. On my right, I have these seat controls with some presets. And this here looks like the remote control for the IFE system. Interestingly, I have another pocket with documents here. Looks like the inflight magazine. And again the menu. Under my right armrest I have the headphones for the IFE. The headphone socket must be this one, and I have another headphone socket. I think this is something else. This is to connect your notebook or something, but I'm not sure. Let's see if I can adjust my headrest. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like it. Overhead I have reading lights, but no individual air fans. Wow, the crew is so friendly, so jolly. I think it's going to be a good flight. Boarding is completed and we are on our way shortly. Well, it's 20 minutes past the departure time and we're still on the stand. The reason is one passenger didn't show up but checked in luggage, so they had to find the luggage and remove it from the aircraft. It seems they found it. Now they just announced that the cabin crew has to get ready for departure. Kenya Airways, an airline I haven't tried yet. Would you be interested in seeing a Kenya Airways flight review as well? Let me know in the comment section below and I will see what I can do. It usually depends on finding a good deal, as all my trips are fully self-funded. Here Here we have Viet Travel Airlines. A year ago I was booked on them, but due to a schedule change on their side, I didn't manage to do a flight review with them. I will try again in 2026, and if it works out, you should find a video about them on my channel as well. Said that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We are on our way to Manila. We are on our way to the Philippines, and it's time to get comfortable. If you wonder how much I paid for this flight, stick with me, I will tell you a bit later. While we wait for the meal service to start, let's have a look at the IFE system. This is the main menu, then we have movies. So the screen is touch sensitive, but not the most accurate. Anyway, so you see that there were movies, and then we have TV series, music, my flight, and about Philippine Airlines. Let's have a look at my flight. So it does not look like an interactive map. I hope there's also going to be a map. Yes, it's not a too exciting flight map. Series. I tried to scroll again. Oh, we have Big Bang Theory. So sometimes when I want to scroll, it actually selects a movie or a series. Music. Maybe I just use the arrows. It's a bit easier, so I'm not accidentally selecting something. I think I can select the genre. Yeah, look at this. And maybe they have EDM. Not as such. Here we have the headphones, and they are Philippine Airlines branded. They do feel quite high quality, so I'm gonna try them out and watch a movie. And we will see if they are noise cancelling. Yes, I can confirm, these are noise-cancelling headsets, as expected. The meal is about to be served, and let's quickly check out the bathroom now, before everybody uses the bathroom after the meal. Here I am in one of the dedicated business class bathrooms, which seem pretty large. At least I can stand upright in here, which isn't a given. On the mirror I find this power socket, for example if you fancy an electric shave on the aircraft. Here I find some hand wash and towels, and a bit further up a few cups. This here probably is the baby changing table, a pretty large one, which surely can be handy. Next to the sink I find these unmarked drawers. Let's have a look. I think these are not meant for passengers to look into, as the content looks like supplies after a bathroom check by the crew. Overall, I wouldn't identify this bathroom more upscale than any regular bathroom you would probably find in any cabin class. Therefore, let's head back to the seat. Back at my seat, and I received my Coke Zero and some cashew nuts. A perfect start for my in-flight dine and cinema experience. Appetizer has arrived. Shrimps and salad. I got another Coke Zero, and I think I also already received the dessert. And a piece of bread. The appetizer salad felt fresh and it was pretty tasty. Well, as tasty as a salad can be. Now my main dish has arrived. The beef with rice and vegetable. Smells nice. While the main dish smelled nice, the taste of the meat felt somewhat off to me. Not quite sure what it was. With the meal out of the way, it's time to relax. After the meal, the cabin crew also came around with ice cream. Unfortunately, they only had chocolate ice cream, which I don't like too much, but it's a nice gesture. We are now 45 minutes away from Manila, and soon we're going to start our descent. I quite enjoyed the flight. The business class product is quite nice. I think it's not the latest and greatest, but it was very comfortable. And the meal service, I liked the appetizer quite a bit, but the main course, it smelled very nice, but the taste was... I didn't like the meat. It felt a bit very low quality meat. On the other hand, I'm no expert at all. I just didn't like it too much. And the dessert was way too sweet for me. So overall, the meal was not meeting my taste, but I liked the course by course serving. The cabin crew is amazing, super smiley, super friendly, and very jolly, so I quite enjoyed the cabin crew. The aircraft does make a very good impression, it's very clean. So overall, I could highly recommend flying with Philippine Airlines in business class. And if you wonder how much I paid for this flight in business class, one way Bangkok to Manila, that was roughly $450. It's not the cheapest business class flight I've ever taken. I thought it was okay, especially considering in 1 week is Christmas and many people are traveling, and the flight is quite well booked as well. I would consider it a fair price for business class one way. The other option I had was traveling with Thai Airways, Bangkok to Manila, and there the fare was almost double. No amenity kit was handed out on this flight, but since the flight is only 3.5 hours, I was not expecting that. But since I enjoyed the flight so much, I'm really considering doing a long-haul flight with them, like a 7, 8, 9, 10-hour flight. And maybe they do hand out an amenity kit then. The seatbelt sign is on, and we are about to descend towards the Philippines. What a beautiful approach into Manila. As so often when flying into Manila, there's a hold. They have a lot of traffic inbound, and maybe that's also why they built a new airport. So we are now holding over a waypoint. We'll see for how long. The cabin has gotten dark, but we're still holding. And now I can see the beautiful ceiling. We finally could leave the holding after about 15 minutes, and now we are approaching Manila Naya. Welcome to the Philippines. Well, that was my ride with Philippine Airlines in business class on the wide-body Boeing 777. And if you're still with me, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye for now. By the way, have you subscribed to my channel yet? If not, consider doing so. Thank you!